Hello, welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2023 top 37 countdown. It's place number 24. That's Australia and Voyager with Promise. As always, please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and like, share, and comment below. And also, you'll find the link to the official music video in the description, as well as the link to this review on my blog site. Australia have been active contestants now in Eurovision for less than 10 years, yet it does feel like they are a long-standing, more or less permanent fixture now. But will that be the case in the future, though? 2023, this year, sees the end of that multi-year kind of agreed participation, and there's been no news as yet on what comes next. Obviously, we'll be keeping our fingers crossed to hear something, but could it be that Voyager and their song Promise will be Australia's swan song in the contest? Now, Australia held a national final in 2019, also in 2020, which is the cancelled one, but they held it before everything got cancelled, and they held one in 2022 as well. And there seemed like there were plans to do it again in 2023. That was all kind of, it looked like that was going to be arranged, and then suddenly it just seemed to disappear, or there's no news, and then it was announced it was going to be an internal selection. So that was a bit confusing. It did, I think, set some alarm bells ringing about kind of the broadcaster's commitment, future commitment, and to Australia's participation in the contest. But it has been tempered somewhat by the announcement of Voyager as their representative. They came second in the national final last year. They had wanted to enter in 2020, but hadn't kind of got the shortlisted. And so eventually they've been selected this year, clearly very keen to go to Eurovision. They're a well-established band in Australia. The lead singer is Daniel Estrin, who is actually also a practicing lawyer, I understand. Now, he's one of the founding members, but he's the sole founding member, formed all the way back in 1999. Again, a bit like Lord of the Lost, in Germany they've had band members come and go, but he is still there and still very much front and centre of the band. They are, of course, the second metal band at this year's Eurovision, though they come more under the branch of progressive metal. Their entry Promise does have a certain sweeping 80s sort of 80s influence sound to it. It's sort of both sort of rock and electro pop wise, and it's kind of that sort of element of the song, of the track, that I like the most. Somewhat inevitably, and this will not surprise you, it's the kind of, the bridge is quite metal and thrashy and loud. It's that shouty metal, thrashy metal. It's the bit that I just do not like. So if I could just extract that bit out, I would be much happier. But yes, that is just me. They are very good live performers, as you might expect from what we've seen. They performed it. In fact, they performed at the O2 in the O2 Indigo as well in the UK a few years ago. So they're no stranger to kind of live performances. And you can also see why they've been chosen to close the second semi-final. It'll be quite a sort of, dramatic and good end to the show. Australia have sometimes struggled to get a big televote. They've almost always done pretty well with juries, and they've often had to rely on the juries to sort of either get them through, either to the final, or to get them to higher up on the scoreboard. There's been at least 2 or 3 occasions where they've had a very low televote but had a huge jury score to give them the good results. I don't think that is going to be the problem this time. I think this will. I think the song, the genre, the live performance, the place in the running order, I can't see this not getting to the final. I think this will get a really healthy, it will get a healthy televote, and helped by the fact it's got a couple of, some sort of voting, not neighbours, but voting allies like the UK are in there, in their semi-final, voting in their semi-final. So I think if this is to be Australia's last time at the contest, then at least they are going out with a bit of a bang. But fingers crossed, this isn't the end of Australia. I'm pretty sure this won't be, but anyway, we shall see. Let me know what you think about Australia, and let me all know whether you think they're going to be at Eurovision next year as well. If you like anything you like, do please pop that in the comments and join me again soon as we continue the countdown. Take care.